welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my what's for dinner video. I'm going to be sharing with you 5 different meals that I made, and I will have all of the recipes linked down below, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so I'm sure you guys probably all know how to make sloppy joes, but I am going to share it on here because it is one of my favorite go-to quick and easy meals. This literally takes like no time at all, 20 minutes tops. What you need for this recipe is ground beef. You could also use ground turkey if you want it to be a little bit leaner. I'm going to add garlic and onion into my mixture because it makes it a little bit tastier. Obviously, you're going to want some manwich, and then we are going to use these pickles as well.
2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along. The summer night has just begun. The moon is bright, let's have some fun. Oh, this is everything.
Alright, so I'm just gonna pour in the sauce. And I don't need all of it because they gave me a really large can. And stir it together, and then I'm gonna let it simmer for 5 minutes or so.
They don't need to know we're out here wild and free. They say we're crazy, it's too much.
Okay, so one of the things I'm gonna be showing you is this cauliflower casserole that I'm going to make. The ingredients are cauliflower, which I already steamed this bag in the microwave. I love buying the bags like this. It's super easy. So steamed cauliflower, mayonnaise, bacon. You can use real bacon, but I'm just gonna use bacon bits. Cheese, and you can use sour cream, or I prefer to use non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So you're just gonna mix all of those ingredients together in a big bowl, and then we'll pour it into a casserole dish.
This is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't.
And as far as the cream and mayonnaise, you kind of just want to have enough to kind of coat it really nicely. So make it really moist. Stir it all together. And then we're gonna dump it into a casserole dish. Okay, then I just added a little bit more cheese on top, and I'm gonna bake this in the oven at 400 for about 20 minutes. So one of the things we cut back on in our diet recently is bread, and it has made a huge difference in both my husband and I's just overall mood, body, everything. I love not consuming as much bread. So instead of using buns for tonight's meal, I'm actually going to use pickles. And pickles and sloppy joe is really, really good together. And these are like big sliced ones like that. So I'm gonna lay it down almost like it would be the bottom of a bun. And then I will pour the mixture over the top.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real.
Okay, and here is the casserole. It also tastes really, really good if you put chives on top of it, or green onion, but I don't have that, so we're just gonna eat it.
Wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of.
And there's the finished meal. Okay, you guys, this next recipe again is a super, super simple one, but I really wanted to share it because I make it pretty much every single week. So all you need, it's just chicken tacos in the crock pot. You just need chicken breast. And then I like to use ranch seasoning, taco seasoning, and typically chicken broth, but we didn't have any, so I'm gonna go ahead and use beef broth. You can also add a jar of salsa, but I'm just gonna use these 3 ingredients and put this all in the crock pot. All right, so here's how the meat turned out. And usually I'll shred it in my KitchenAid, but honestly, it's already like so easy to just shred with this. So it's pretty much all shredded up and it looks and smells amazing. Okay, and then I always eat mine in these carb balance tortillas. David will put his on top of chips, and then I'm gonna add, I don't think that's true, babe. I'm gonna add lettuce and pico de gallo onto my taco, and then shredded cheese and Greek yogurt.
I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me.
Okay, so tonight's dinner is going to be really similar. It's going to be another chicken taco dish, but it is different, so I wanted to go ahead and share it with you guys. I'm gonna be using my Instant Pot. The first ingredient of this recipe calls for cooked chicken, so you can really cook it however you like, but when I am in a hurry, I like to just throw it in the Instant Pot. I'm also going to season it quickly with this Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute. I love this stuff. I always put it on my chicken when I'm cooking it just to give it a little extra flavor as it sits in here. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of water, not a whole lot, just enough so that it doesn't get dried out in here. And I will place the lid on here. And then I'm going to set it to meat. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put it at, let's do 16 minutes. I haven't done this in a while, so I don't really remember, but we'll see how that works. And then I'm gonna make sure that it's sealed on top, so that should cook this chicken up pretty quickly. Okay, so as that chicken cooks, I'll show you guys everything else that you're gonna need for this recipe. So you're gonna need some diced tomatoes, just a can of them, a can of green chilies, taco seasoning, an onion, refried beans, some shredded cheese. This is a Fiesta blend. Some olive oil to cook the onion in, and then lastly, you're gonna need taco shells, and I like these are like square on the bottom, so they will stand up easily in the baking dish. Okay, so you line up all the taco shells into a baking dish, which is why it's nice to have these flat ones, because then they don't like slip around. And then you're actually just gonna bake them empty for 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna simmer these onions in the oil, and then my chicken is done. It's been about 20 minutes because it does take a few minutes to heat up, so I'm just going to pop that off.
You got little bugs out here. You got what? You got little bugs out here.
So there is my cooked chicken. And I'm going to shred it up in my KitchenAid mixer, and then I'm going to mix it in with the onions as well as the taco seasoning, the diced tomatoes, and the green chilies. Sorry. I'm only gonna use a little bit of these because this makes it pretty spicy, and I don't like mine super spicy, but I'm gonna mix it all together and let it simmer and cook.
Somebody, I just wanna love you. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better, 'cause your love like this is rare. And
So now that it's all mixed together, I'm gonna let this kind of simmer for about 5 minutes. And as that's simmering, I'm going to load up these taco shells with some refried beans.
I know that you know I saw it. Your words like little knives. Part of me thought you would have fought it. Can't say that I was surprised. Oh, 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 oh.
All right, so here's how they turned out. I just baked them in the oven for about 7 minutes. They look so good, and of course, we will be topping ours with plain Greek yogurt because that's so yummy on tacos. Okay, for tonight's dinner, I'm gonna be making an orange chicken dish. So first I'm gonna start with the marinade. This is cornstarch, and then I like to use teriyaki sauce instead of soy sauce. So I'm gonna add this to the cornstarch, mix it up, add a little bit of water, and cube my chicken breasts.
You changed, but you go back to the same old ways. Yeah, I'm so done with you. I hope that it made you feel good. A warning shot for the other boys. Give my thanks only like an ex could. Now I know I made the right choice.
Okay, so the chicken is gonna marinate in here for 5 minutes, and while that marinates, I am going to make this sauce. This is the orange chicken sauce. So it's cornstarch, brown sugar, orange juice, more soy sauce or teriyaki, hoisin sauce, and rice vinegar, and you just whisk it all together.
Done with you. And I thought you'd
Okay, and for my sides tonight, I'm gonna do pot stickers, and I'm also gonna do rice. So for my pot stickers, I'm gonna use this frozen bag plus these chicken ones from Trader Joe's, which are really good. So I'm gonna mix these together. And I like to just heat them up in a pan of like oil and water. And then I'm also gonna make this bag of rice cauliflower. It just goes in the microwave, and this is what we will put underneath our chicken. So that will be our rice, because we're trying to be low carb. And then for the chicken, I'm just going to heat it up in some oil. And once it's cooked through, I will add the orange marinade to it and some sesame seeds.
you changed, but you go back to the same old ways. Yeah, I'm so done with you. You sold me out, I did not notice. It's been going on for a while. Ooh. When grace is gone, I can see all things so clear. It was all pretend.
Guys, so here is the final dish. It looks really good. I did add garlic seasoning and that mushroom seasoning as well, and then some green onions to top it off. And then here are the pot stickers.
I just have to reach past the summit line to reach higher love.
I just pounded out the chicken breasts. I also cut them in half first to make them nice and thin, and I'm gonna cover them in vegetable oil and salt and pepper.
Years have passed and I did not notice. Still I'm thinking about our past.
Okay, now I'm gonna mix together Italian breadcrumbs and Parmesan, and I'm going to just drench the chicken into the mixture and then place them in a pan.
You look back and I look back, we don't see the same thing. It's time that we just let it die. Oh, I can find a higher love over the clouds above. I can find a higher ground. I just have to reach past the summit of light.
Okay, so now I'm gonna bake these in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. Okay, and here's what I'm using for the sauce. So I'm just gonna use a jar of red sauce. It calls for Italian seasoning, but I am down to the bottom. So I'm going to use the rest of this, and then I'm also going to add in garlic, basil, and oregano, just to give it a little bit of extra seasoning. And then I'm going to dice up one of these packets of fresh garlic, and I'm going to cut up some fresh basil leaves and put this all together in a pan and let it just simmer.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, almost.
Okay, so I'm also gonna make some pasta with it. I like this brand, the veggie pasta, because it's a lot less, I don't know, it's just a little bit healthier than regular pasta. So I like to get this one. It tastes pretty much the same, and I'm using rotini tonight.
In my bar, wanted to give up 'cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors.
Okay, for the last step, I'm going to cover the chicken breast with the sauce, and then slices of fresh mozzarella cheese, and then I'm gonna broil it back in the oven for about 3 minutes.
Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
Here is how it turned out. It looks so delicious. And then I just laid the pasta down with the sauce. Just use the extra sauce, and then we'll top it off with some grated Parmesan. So that's the last recipe that I have to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will leave all of the recipes down below. A lot of them I switched them up a little bit with my own ingredients, but you kind of get the gist of it, plus all of the temperatures and measurements and all of that good stuff. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Oh my sweet baby.